Hi guys, you are watching Weekend Movie Channel, and this is top 10 new horror movies released in 2023 that you can watch online right now. I hope everyone will probably find something new to watch, and if not, check out the links in the description below to other videos on this topic. You will probably find something new to watch. Evil Dead Rise. The main characters of the movie are a single mother named Ellie and her 3 children, son Danny, middle daughter Bridget, and youngest Cassie. The family has to move out of a dilapidated apartment building into a new building within a month. Suddenly there is an earthquake that raises a certain Book of the Dead. Danny finds it in the basement among a pile of vinyl records with recordings of demonic spells. After listening to them, he unleashes sinister forces outward. Ellie becomes possessed by demons. The dead rise up and threaten their lives, drawing them into a fierce battle for survival. The new reimagining of the cult movie takes the viewer to a modern location, an apartment complex instead of a quiet cabin in the woods. It seems that this decision will hit the atmosphere, but the movie still keeps the tension and makes you scared. The movie is full of blood and violence. The naturalistic nature of such scenes is truly shocking. Due to the masterful acting, the viewer can feel the full degree of obsession and despair of the events taking place. Scream 6. The action of the 6th part of the cult franchise moves from Woodsboro to New York City. Surviving sisters Sam and Tara, as well as brother and sister Chat and Mindy, hope to start a new life and forget about the massacre that happened in their hometown. Sam sees a therapist, and Tara gets an education and moves into a dorm. Everything seems to be getting better, but the past catches up with them again. A maniac in a ghost face mask appears in the metropolis and begins his atrocities. He seeks to get as close as possible to the sisters and take revenge on them, but unexpectedly the girls themselves fall into the crosshairs of the police. The 6th movie is not radically different from the previous parts. However, moving the scene to New York gives the authors the opportunity to increase the scale of events and put even more frightening scenes. The creators tried to work on the image of the maniac, making him even more bloodthirsty and ruthless. Despite the lack of originality, the picture still hooks with its tense atmosphere and unexpected plot twists. The Boogeyman. Will Harper, a psychotherapist who recently lost his wife, is visited by a patient who tells a creepy story about a closet monster who killed his 3 children. The doctor doesn't believe these tales, and while he's away, the man hangs himself in a closet. Sawyer, Will's daughter, finds him. After that, the girl begins to see the very monster from the closet, the Boogeyman. The father suspects his daughter of lying and denies the appearance of the monster. Soon he begins to see him and the eldest daughter, Sadie. Will can no longer deny the obvious. Something wrong is happening. Another adaptation of Stephen King's story does not shine with original artistic solutions or a stellar cast. Nevertheless, the picture turned out to be emotional and dramatic. The creators emphasized on revealing the inner fears of the main characters, occasionally adding horror elements to the action. The authors tried to create an atmosphere of anxiety through dim lighting and gloomy shots. There are no dynamics, but the movie still captivates and fascinates. Cobweb. 8-year-old Peter hears at night the voice of a mysterious girl coming from the wall. The frightened boy shares what is happening with his parents, but they do not believe him and only get angry at his stories. At school, Peter faces misunderstanding from his teachers and bullying from his classmates. The child is left alone with his fears. Then a very real voice begins to say and advise Peter not the most correct things. It can be said that the plot of this movie is not very different from most horror movies with children in the main roles. It is not devoid of flaws, but it also has positive qualities. Like a spider's web, the story grows and becomes more intriguing. The behavior of the parents becomes stranger. The voice of the girl becomes stronger and stronger. The feeling of constant anxiety is reinforced by the gloomy atmosphere, and the acting of the main characters keeps the tension until the very end. Despite the lack of dynamics, the picture is still attractive for evening viewing. Brooklyn 45. 5 World War II veterans get together after the end of hostilities. The purpose of the meeting is not just to reminisce about a bygone time. Lieutenant Colin Clive Hochstater has recently lost his loving wife. She committed suicide because no one believed her, that a German neighbor was actually a Nazi spy. Clive wants guests to hold a Ouija session with him to communicate with his wife, but things quickly begin to go awry. The participants in the experiment realize that they turn out to be more dangerous monsters than demons from the afterlife. The movie stands out among modern horror films. Mysticism, blood and brutality are secondary elements that complement the story. The building tension in the house replaces the lack of momentum. Most of those present have committed horrible acts during the war, and as the plot unfolds, the characters meet their true selves. The Pope's Exorcist. The movie, based on real events, tells the story of an Italian Catholic priest named Amorto. The events unfold in Spain, where Amorto is sent to help an American child possessed after moving into a newly inherited abbey with his mother and sister. The man soon realizes that to save the boy he will have to face real evil. The plot follows the classic formula, tested by many filmmakers. So, the tape does not abound in originality. There are no clever twists or unexpected surprises. However, the movie can still please the viewer with its visual component, gloomy atmosphere, and stylish scenery. Also, the picture is perfectly complemented by an atypical image of a priest played by Russell Crowe. His character is multifaceted, full of humor, rudeness, and insolence. Despite the slow pace of the narrative, the movie is filled with tension and riddles that the hero must solve for the sake of fulfilling his mission. The Last Voyage of the Demeter. The crew of the merchant ship Demeter sets out from Romania to London on a mission to deliver a cargo of 50 unmarked wooden crates. By chance, a doctor named Clemens is on board, having saved the captain's grandson Toby from a falling crate. One day among the cargo, the hero finds a barely alive Anna. Soon mystical things begin to happen on the ship. The crew members do not suspect that in the cargo is a bloodthirsty vampire. The situation escalates when the crew, suspicious of Clemens, blames him and a sick woman for the abrupt deaths of the crew. The movie is based on a chapter of Bram Stoker's immortal novel, Dracula. Demeter's claustrophobic corridors do an excellent job of creating an ominous, mysterious atmosphere. The costume and ship designs are well detailed, which evokes a sense of historical accuracy and immerses viewers in that time period. However, there is enough suspense in the picture, but not enough horror. However, this does not prevent you from enjoying the story unfolding on the screen. No One Will Save You. Tragic events from her childhood have led Bryn to become a recluse. In solitude, she sews dresses and builds her own little doll town. The girl leads a secluded existence while the locals avoid her. Bryn's safety is threatened when one night she is awakened by strange sounds coming from unearthly intruders in her home. She manages to fight off the aliens, however. She soon notices that strange events are taking place in the city. The girl has to rethink her recent past, which became the reason for her self-isolation. This sci-fi film is more fascinating for its visual storytelling than for its exciting action or interesting dialogue. The director has competently portrayed the danger that has arrived, creating a tense atmosphere. This threat is subtle to the eye, but palpable to the fingertips. Pleasant computer graphics, excellent acting, and unpredictable ending make this picture a must-see for all fans of chamber horrors. The Nun II. 4 years have passed since the events of the last movie. Sister Irene serves in an Italian convent and tries to forget her last meeting with the demon Valak. It would seem that life is slowly getting back to normal, but suddenly there is a series of brutal deaths of priests all over Europe. The Vatican believes that behind all the crimes is Valak, who managed to avoid going to hell. Taking up this mysterious case, the woman goes to France, and her company is a young novice Deborah. Together they will have to find out what the evil one wants. The sequel does not seek to bring something new to the franchise. It still follows the same proven schemes of intimidating the viewer. Bloodthirsty demon, frightening dark corridors of churches, mysticism, and a lot of creepy screamers. Everything is in place. The creators tried to saturate the story with new details. Now the heroes are not just fighting against the evil, but also looking for a Christian artifact. Despite its predictability, the picture is still able to scare the viewer. Home for rent. Nink and Quinn are forced to rent out their family home to new tenants and move into a small apartment with their young daughter. Soon, the wife learns from a neighbor that their tenants every night conduct a certain ritual in the house. To everything else, Nink notices the suspicious behavior of her husband. The woman will have to face a real nightmare, because the well-being of their daughter is at stake. It may seem that this sample will not be able to fascinate the modern viewer, spoiled by various horror films. However, the movie stands out for its form of narration. Looking at what is happening through the eyes of different characters seems to be a fresh idea for the horror genre. In this way, even more details are revealed, which makes the story multifaceted and ambiguous. Eerie images and symbols create a truly lingering atmosphere of hopelessness. Despite the banal plot, the picture manages to surprise the viewer and make him emotionally participate in what is happening. Well, this is it. Thanks for watching. Share your movie impressions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and put the big thumbs up. See you. Bye.